Welcome back to the channel, guys. This video is definitely going to be a little interesting. I was making a video about air compressors, caught something at the last second. Let's take a look at it. And here is the aftermath. I mean, it looks like, you know what? My brother gave me this tank and I don't really need it. I was going to sell it. I fired it up. I let it only get up to 90 PSI and I shut it off. And I wish I would have been filming because I didn't think anything would happen. Opened up the drain plug. Nothing was coming out when I tweaked it a little bit. And then when I went, you could hear something loosen up and then everything spilled out. Water. And I'm going to show you guys some things to keep you safe, all right? Here's what I was really going to show you. A guy gave me this and said it never worked. I have a feeling he thinks it was an air compressor, not an air tank, and probably didn't know what to do with it. But what I wanted to show you is most tanks say discard after, and this says 10/10/2022. I know it's hard to see, but most tanks have that stamped in. I had a Porter cable and I looked with the Borescope inside, and after its life cycle, I took everything off of it and threw it out, I know some of you out there might just, that might just be normal. I don't like it. I'm going to discard of this. It's pressurized air, compressed air, and I don't want to mess around with that. One thing they say that you should not buy used is air compressors. That being said, I mean, I walk by mine in the garage and probably once or twice a month, I'll just release anything that's in there. Mine don't get used often, so there's really nothing ever that comes out. But you could also pump it up with a little bit of air and then, drain it out. But let's take a look inside and see if we can't see inside of these tanks and see what went on here. So to start, we're going to take this fitting off the top tank. This is kind of inconvenient to get to all this stuff, but I'm glad I had the thought process to check this thing over and not risk anything. Now those date codes are more for oilless air compressors. And I've noticed some of them don't even have them on them. The Ward's Master coming in handy there. Whew, there's just water everywhere. All right, let's see if we can't get that inspection camera in there. I have a feeling we're going to want to be in the bottom tank. I don't know if you can see that very well, but looks like a lot of pitting. On the inside of that tank there. A lot of rust built up. This looks like there's holes. Whew. This was a close call. You see that? I'm pretty sure those are holes. Let's get in the bottom tank. So the bottom tank is going to be a little easier to access. We got a point right there. Go into this bottom tank, see what we get. A lot of that you can see is condensation. I mean, I think those are holes in the actual tank there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I think those are holes in the actual tank. So this one's definitely not safe to use. The Hyper Tough, about a year ago, I actually put some Porter cable parts on it, the rubber footings and the drain valve in the back, and I ran a Borescope up there and everything looked great. This, what I'm going to do is pop this off, have a look-see in the tank, and then I'm going to replace all this if the tank looks pretty good inside and there's no pitting and stuff. Should be good to go because I don't think it ever got used. So I hope this video gives you a better understanding of the dangers involved with these. If they aren't maintained properly, I'm going to have a little chat with my brother because this thing was a disaster. And I know some of you guys might just, run it as is, but we ran the Borescope in there. I think I saw pitting, definitely a lot of moisture, definitely a lot of rust. To me, it's just not worth it. It was a freebie anyways, so I'm just going to throw it out. And like I said, if you have one of these, walk by it a couple times, a month. Make sure you drain it. You can fill it up, drain it, make sure there's no moisture in there. And I wish I would have got more of this on video when it happened, but it happened so fast. And something made me check that was when I shut it off, the check valve kind of opened, but it didn't open. And I know it's pretty normal for most air compressors, but it just sounded different. So that's when I opened up the fill valve. And to be quite honest with you, I was heading inside. I was going to let it fill all the way up. I was heading inside to do that in case anything happened. But I'm glad I doubled back, turned it off just to double check it. And a lot of times when I run these, I'll run like 50 to 100 feet and put them somewhere away from me. I know that's super paranoia, but that's just who I am. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later. And for the record, I bought these sheets to try and make this more of like, a little bit of a stage. I know it still looks terrible, but at least it gives you a little backdrop. But then this happens, I mean, that's just an ugly mess that's going to need cleaned up, so. And I was planning on staining this today. I know the hammer doesn't look like a hammer so much. Darn it.